This is Vlog 1 of Unit 1, home for the Brig Niagara class of 2022. These reactions are going to be very genuine, mainly because I'm going to read them, talk about them, answer them, and I'm not going to give a pre-recorded response. So, there's that. Am I connected to the Great Lakes? Is my home part of that region, and do I think about the region? Yes. I feel like I am connected to the Great Lakes. I am about to go sailing on, like, our one notable ship. Not Erie's one notable ship. I'm connected to Lake Erie, specifically. Not necessarily as much as the other ones. But Erie itself, I feel very connected to. And it is my home. It's been my home for years. Originally, I was born in Mississippi, and I moved up here when I was very young. So I've got a couple of memories that are not in Erie. But I'm a local to the place, and I've been there for a long time, so. Home is where the heart is, I guess. And do I think about the region? I think about it, but I don't tend to think about it in the best light. In my mind, Erie is struggling a little bit with a lot of issues. As most places in the Rust Belt are. It's post-industrial. You can kind of see the fragments of Erie's former industrial glory. It's almost like watching the ghosts or the echoes of an almost golden age of the place. Now, obviously, it wasn't always great. I'm not saying that, Erie was once some kind of haven and, it was an amazing thing. No, it was industrial, and it had all the problems associated with industry and the Industrial Revolution. Including things like pollution and economic and environmental collapse of the previous systems. So I'm not saying that it was any good. I'm just saying that, you can see when building happened, when the place was established, when more people lived there. I mean, it is absolutely no fabrication to say that Erie is having a population issue. People are leaving Erie because there's just not much there, especially not anymore. I think about it, and I also think about it in the fact of its environment. It needs help there. Badly. Algae blooms and such coming from the Ohio side, or our side, when fertilizers get into the water from agricultural development, and it completely messes up the lake, which is saddening, heartbreaking, and devastating, because it is one of the very few things of its kind, and so I do not want to see it suffer. I do not want to see it actively be almost poisoned. I'm thinking about it in terms of its environment, in terms of its economy, and in terms of its politics. I'm a very active political person, so that's the way that I tend to see the world, and that's probably the kind of view that you will get in a lot of these vlogs. I feel like I've answered the next question of, do I feel responsibility toward the home? Yes, I feel responsibility toward my home. But in a different way than most people do, I think. I'm not going to go around and spend days picking up litter. I have done that with Boy Scouts and other organizations. I have not done that recently, but I have done that. And I have come to the conclusion that it is well-meaning, and it is good, and it is not enough. in order for it to be enough, there needs to be a system change. More things need to be recyclable, more things need to be reusable, and we need to reduce the number of plastics. It was not too long ago, my father can remember, when we used to use glass bottles instead of plastic bottles. That's going to have to come back, or we're going to have to find a new way around it, because plastic is physically unsustainable. So, there is that. I know that I've gotten a little bit off topic, but I feel like that is part of feeling responsibility toward my home, is I feel responsibility to help that system change, to help it so these charities and these other things can actually do good and help instead of simply mitigating damage. Because at the end, it's damage control. It's not fixing things. It's helping curtail how bad things are getting. It's maintenance. Do I believe that Niagara is important to Erie's future? I mean, as a symbol, yes. Practically, probably not. It's a 200-year-old ship with a motor on it that has kind of skipped the Industrial Revolution and the Steam Age. I'm not exactly sure how it can help in this instance, because it's a battleship. It's don't give up the ship as our motto. Yes, it's great as a symbol, but in a practical instance, it's not going to be helping this. I mean, what can the Niagara do that is important to keeping the lake safe and the people safe? And once again, I only have one answer. It can act as a symbol of resilience and perseverance. Don't give up the ship. Other than that, though, it could play a token effort, but it's not going to be too much help. Although, we can find a better motor to stick on the thing, I guess. It doesn't contribute to emissions of its own. That would be a start. Alrighty. That, I do believe, is the conclusion of the blog. It's been 8 minutes and 22 seconds of me completely ranting, but I hope it meets standards and expectations. Yeah,